guys, welcome back to Tea Time. I know it's been a minute, and I'm so sorry that this is coming out after the very, very long Steven Universe video, which my editor can say because he was on vacation. I edited that, so if it was janky, it's all my fault.
Woo! Jankiness!
You haven't even seen it yet! We were recording this before it's even come out.
I'm still saying woo, jankiness, fuck it.
That's true.
If I can stream going through scuff about 90 to 80% of the time, trust me, jankiness is funny.
So we're actually going to be talking about an anime that we both watched and we both had a lot of feelings on. I know I made a video about Buddy Daddies already, but Buddy Daddies has officially ended as of time of this recording, and we need to get our feels out about it.
I'll be honest, when I was first going through my app on my phone, going like, oh man, what's gonna be the new anime for this season? I just went through livechart.me, going like, okay, let's see what they got. Cause the thing between me and Lily, we have like a couple animes we'll watch together, the rest we just watch by ourselves that either one doesn't want to watch or is not gonna bother with. So I suggested Buddy Daddy. I'm like, oh, this is cool. 2 guys and taking care of a little girl. This doesn't look that bad. Read the premise, saw the trailer. I'm like, this is gonna look fucking great. Shit you not. The moment we saw episode 1 and Lily saw that Kazu just like abandoned that kitten back to the fucking box that Ray found it in. Lily was like, yeah, no, I don't like this anime anymore. We're gonna stop watching it. No, keep watching. We kept watching. And she doesn't regret any of it. It is an amazing fucking piece of work.
Oh, it is. So, really quick, in case you guys didn't watch the Buddy Daddies video, Buddy Daddies is a show that a lot of people are like, oh, it's like Spy Family. No. Spy Family is based off of a long-running manga. This was a one-shot that somebody proposed, and it got greenlit.
Yeah, no, it is a great fucking... Like, that's something you would never see. Like, it's like... I like how some people call it, oh, it's the Spy Family 2.0 that you get. Modern day Spy Family. It's like, I don't care what the fuck you call it. This is just fucking pure art for all you motherfuckers out there.
Do you want... Yeah. Go ahead.
Because of the fact that you get, not only do you not get this whole, oh, are they gonna get married to somebody else? Or they're gonna meet other people and shit like that? No! You just stick with the main characters. You just stick with Kazuya, Ray, and Midi. Those are the 3 fucking people you should always give a fuck about throughout that whole journey. Is those 3. Anybody else is just side work. Except for that daycare worker. She made me feel some kind of way. Fucking hell.
So, because he lives in Japan with his wife, I'm going to explain this. Somebody asked me, because I got them into watching this, they're like, why does Miri call them Papa and not Tosan? And I was like, the difference is really simple. Papa is like the little kid, they love you a lot version, like they have no negative connotation. Tosan is literally the equivalent of our American father. Like, there is little to no love, and you're only addressing them like that because you have to. Because there's nothing else you could think of to call them in polite company other than that.
Well, it's funny you say that because even there, I believe if I remember correctly, I think it was episode 6? Or was it 5? Where Ray asked Miri that exact same question about, oh, why do you call him Papa and call me Papa? And it's like, it's because she feels comfortable. She feels happy to be around them, that she gives them the title Papa. She doesn't... It's like what you said, but it's also the fact that it's what it means to Miri. It's not what it's also socially acceptable. It's what defines Miri. Because if you remember episode 1, she's looking for her father, and she's not saying a Tosan or anything like that. She's only screaming out Papa.
That is true. Oh, I think so it's late in the game. No, actually, I'll just put it at the beginning of the thing in case people haven't seen it. Spoilers, because we're going to go through the whole series.
Oh, yeah, we are.
I love the ending episode, though, right? Where he literally looks at his father, Ray looks at his father, the big mob boss, not only shoots him before he has a chance to, like, get one off, but shoots himself in the arm and tells him, I'm completely useless to you now, gotta go bye. And it's like, sir, I just saw you break dance a knife out of somebody else's hand. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, just watching him Samurai Champloo a fucking knife off of a man's hand, that was fucking insane, but I kid you not, when I saw him shoot himself in the arm and telling his father, I'm useless now, I'm like, hold up! I have broken my arm 3 times in 3 different places. And my arm works fine. It works better than ever, really, but still, it works fine. Yeah, I've been shot before, in the leg. Bullet didn't go all the way through, but I've been shot. And that has not stopped my leg from still working after a bit of time.
I think
it's still the fact that he goes like, I'm useless now. Ray, you're ambidextric with a gun. I've seen what you can do, you motherfucker.
Also, like, the first time when they had their first mission and everything, and he was able to shoot somebody from, like, 1,000 yards away and get him right through the arm, I was like, this man must be God at Call of Duty.
It's funny you say that, yeah, he plays mostly fucking Mario Kart. I'm sorry, Mario Kart.
Right? Look, sometimes it's called copyright infringement, and you're just like, change some of the letters. What? Change some of the letters. That way we don't get copyright stricken.
It's just funny how the whole thing, it's like, I kid you not, I like the fucking zoo episode. Like, one thing Lily fucking pointed out that made her laugh was the fact that Mitty didn't know how payment works, but she knows the sound it makes when you make a payment for food. And then you see this criminal who's on the lam, grabbing all these bentos, and she's like, "Hey, you didn't go beep beep."
Right? You didn't beep it. You didn't beep it.
You didn't. Yeah, no, you didn't go beep beep. And it's like, that is, wow. Not a lot of kids would say that, but the fact that Mitty was raised properly, she knows full well stealing is bad.
Okay, you wanna know what? Actually, on that episode, I love it. The first time she tells the criminal in the English dub, hey, you gotta beep it, it's all bright and cheery, right? And the guy goes, huh? The next time she tells him that, she pulls a total Ray move, her head tilts to the side and her eyes do that squinty shit that he does, and she says it slower. You didn't beep it. And I'm like, oh my god. She's taken aspects from both of them. Like, okay, the positive one didn't work. Maybe he's dumb. Let's do the mean one. You didn't beep it.
You didn't go beep beep.
I also love in that episode, though, the fact that Kazuya literally was like, that's our genes at work right there. And Ray literally, on his face, has a whole minute where he's doing, like, extreme math. And it's like, yes. We can't just middle finger genetics. We can maybe middle finger the adoption process, but genetics are not something we can just skip over. That's not biologically ours.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck that. Genetically, that is theirs. Fuck you. Like, I kid you not, I actually called it in episode 1 when me and Lily were watching. When freaking Ray popped that fucking bullet through the guy's head that they were going after, I was like, that was actually Mitty's dad, wasn't it? Fucking look at the photo. Yup. Oh shit, you killed her daddy.
Actually, while we're on the subject of her actual biological parents, I actually really like the fact that they kind of gave the mother a redemption arc, because the first time we meet her, she's such a bitch.
But you know what I can't build? A second of patience for your fucking bullshit, partner. Please do us all a favor and shut the fuck up before I shove my wrench up your ass.
Would you call it a redemption arc? Really?
We don't really get to see her come to Jesus moment, but, like, she is trying by the time we, like, meet her again and everything, and she's really committed to being a better person, so I would say a redemption arc we didn't see, like, I'll give it to you. Like, I didn't still like her, but still, I could tell she was really trying.
Hello, my little spice muffin. I have to disagree with you on this. You don't know why? The woman had no choice.
I mean, that's true.
If she still had everything, if she still had her voice, if she still was able to sing, if she didn't have cancer, and she went back to Mitty, I'd call that a redemption arc. But this woman lost everything. The moment she had cancer in her throat and lost the ability to sing, and lost her boyfriend because she lost her job because she can't sing. She got a chain of fucks and went like, I still have my daughter. And if it wasn't for a certain third party that helped her find where the fuck they were to get Mitty, that whole thing wouldn't have happened. So really, it wasn't like she was trying to find where the fuck she was. Someone helped her while that already happened. They found out about, oh, Mitty, her mom got injured. Like, I feel like the whole she got cancer was like falsifying. She could have just said, oh, I just lost my voice, because that scar on her neck could have been from anything. Who knows? Ray's dad could have had a hand in on what happened to her to actually make the whole thing more concrete.
That's true.
We don't know.
Okay.
That's why I'm a bit skittish about the whole, oh, it's redemption. She's coming to get Mitty back because she's got cancer. And it's like, okay, she has cancer, and she knows she doesn't have much time to live. What the fuck's gonna happen after she dies? Who's gonna take care? Is she gonna say, oh, guys, can you come pick up Mitty again? That's not gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't an agreement between all three party members. No. Who knows what would have happened? Who knows how long she would have lived before that asshole came in and fucking shot her in the fucking waist?
Oh yeah, that guy was so weird. Like, even from the moment you first meet him in episode 2, I'm like, you're weird. Like, it's not even like lovable anime weird. You were just like, oh, I've met people like you in real life. You make me squeamish.
Yeah, you're like the kind that are like, I would kill everyone in this world if it was legal.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. But he's doing it. And then the whole, I don't know whose idea was it to give him that weird, I'm gonna call it kink. I don't care what other people say. I'm calling it a kink. Where he's like, I love hearing the people's last words right before the life just dies out of their eyes. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you got a problem. And the fact that he has like a fucking portfolio, a little book that he writes it down with the person's name, time of death, and day of death with their last words.
Yeah, actually, I was watching it with a friend, and literally her exact words were, "What are you, the secretary of the Grim Reaper? Like, why do you need all this info?"
And then when he asked Kazuki to fucking like, yo, I'm leaving you with her last words. Next time we meet before I take you out, you're telling me what they were. You're in charge, motherfucker. It's like, excuse the fuck me.
The secretary of the Grim Reaper takes his job a little too seriously for this slice of life anime.
Again, it's not, listen, a secretary does her job for money. This man does it for a boner and a freaking quick squeeze at night.
I guess so. Actually,
It's like,
go ahead.
who goes this fucking far to just get last words? I don't even go that far just to get a goodnight kiss.
And you're married.
Then again, I've been sick the last 2 weeks, so really, there was no kissing involved.
That's true. You want to know what? Actually, that same firm that I was watching this for, she said it like this, and ever since she said it, I told her I can't unsee it. She goes, "This is like Wattpad fanfiction, but like good Wattpad fanfiction." And I looked at her, I was like, huh? She's like,
What the fuck?
Hold on, I looked at her, I was like, can you explain your reasoning? She goes, Wattpad has a thing where everybody's like main love interest is always like the son of a mafia don. She goes, Ray is the son of a mafia don, and like he decides to give up everything for the life with like the main character, which in this case is Kazuki, which is his best friend who gave him a fucking haircut and cleaned up his house and also adopted a kid with him. Like, damn dude, just get the marriage out of the way at this point.
Hella. No. You gotta remember, Ray isn't a mafia son. He's an oil baron. Just like Kazuki's a fucking comedian.
I mean, yeah, actually, I love the fact that when she asked, well, what are my dad's jobs? That little barista dude, whose name I'm blanking on hard right now, literally told her,
it's like,
your dad...
All I remember is like Q-chan.
Right. Well, here, right? Because I was like, this is exactly how he sees him. Oil baron. No, he's a rich kid. And then he looks at Kazuki and he goes, you're a fucking clown. And I'm not laughing.
The other thing that I actually loved, I kid you not, was the sports day that they had at the daycare.
Oh.
Like, the whole thing with, like, Ray going, like, being quiet and then actually cheering for Mitty while she was doing her track and field. And the moment he actually spoke up and then saw that he distracted, he was like, oh my god. I'm like, no, he felt good. Why did you do this? Now he feels bad. He feels like cheering is nothing but bad. He thinks it's a bad thing. I'm like, yo, this is well done, but goddamn, you're making my boy feel horrid.
You want to know what I love about Sports Day 2 is he made rice balls, and he was so, like, self-conscious that they weren't going to be good enough that he was more than willing to just not give them. But then Miri was like, no, give me those. You said you were making me stuff. Give me. And she wasn't even mad when she took a bite and was like, there's cereal in this. I'm down. It's like...
Do you remember the rest of what's inside of the other?
I know, there's gummy bears and there's jam, and, like... Ray is super proud of himself. He goes, they like them, and Kazuki is like, they're kids. You filled it with nothing but candy.
So, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Do not let Lily ever fucking find out about this, because if she does, she will yell at me. I did make 2 of the Ray onigiris for myself to see what the fuck. So I had a bit of chocolate cereal, and I put it in. Not that fucking bad. Not gonna lie, that fucking bad. I didn't have the ring chocolate cereals like he did. No. I had like Frosted Flakes chocolate. Put it in that bitch, clamped it up, and ate it. Delicious. Something I won't do every day, but it was good. Now, jam was a weird one. Because I felt like I was eating... I might as well have just grabbed fruit and just put it in between the rice. That wasn't preserved fruit.
Oh yeah, like they didn't say what kind of jam it was. It's like was it fresh jam or preserved?
It's not only that. It's just I don't know what consistency the jam was, because when I try to do it, the jam is like oozed. I felt like I was squishing someone's life, like their heart, right through this onigiri. Yo, that's gonna be a cool power. Think about it. A power where someone makes an onigiri, says what part of the human organ that's in it, squish it, blah, comes out jam, and it's actually their fucking heart that just got squeezed and just destroyed. Yeah, that's dangerous. Write that down.
Write that down.
Onigiri, man. Write it
But
down.
yeah, you know what I really love though is the fact that Ray during the sports festival when he was cheering her on, he was really quiet, like, go for it, Miri. And then, like, the more excited he got, he actually said it out loud, and she looked at him, like, it distracted her, but she looked at him and she was so happy. I think in her head she was like, okay, the blonde one is always excited and loud. No contest, he's always excited. The dark-haired one is harder to get to smile and, like, be boisterous, but that's fine. We'll get there.
We got there? What do you mean get there? We got there.
We did. I love the fact, too, that the ending episode was... They did it, boys. They raised this girl all the way to high school, and they decided to open up a seaside cafe and said nothing about it. Like, that was their new life, and they were cool with it.
So, here's the funny thing about that I rewatched it after me and Lily already watched it. I've been rewatching it every once in a while now, like every couple days. Because it's like, it's enjoyable. I like it. It's a little piece of, like, relaxation from the rest of the animes I've been watching lately. But, I've noticed that apparently it was after Mitty completed her daycare, completed her like rotation daycare, and they were going to elementary school. They got Q-chan to make some documents, and they opened up the restaurant when she started elementary school. So they've been living there with that cafe since elementary. So they've had it for they had it for 10 plus years. He exactly says in the anime, had opened this restaurant 10 years ago.
Yeah?
So, the fact that he did that means either Mitty is 15 or 16. And this is not it's either her first day of high school or her second year of high school. One of the two. And not only is that the fact, I want you to also think back to that same episode. Ray and Mitty were working on French toast. And then what's the fucking last dish you see getting cooked?
French
before
toast.
the anime ends. French toast. And you see how much improvement Ray made on that French toast? He went from, I'm just learning, to, bitch, here is a Michelin star fucking French toast with the whipped cream in a little serving container right next to it. I was like, this motherfucker has fruit, bacon, eggs, French toast, powdered sugar, whipped cream in a fucking serving container. Yo, what the fuck?
So, do you want to know what it is? And I noticed it because I like to watch anime openings. In the anime opening, there's always French toast in it, right? Like, the anime opening ends on French toast, and the ending of it also ends on French toast. And I was like, why is this a thing? Because when Kazuki has his whole, like, melancholy moment and ditches Rei for a whole day to babysit their daughter, he legitimately tells her, I don't know how to make French toast, I know how to make cereal. French toast is basically, this is the hill this man died on, and he was glad to do it.
Hey, he perfected that one dish to the point that it's really fucking, it looks amazing.
It's also a signature dish at that restaurant. The French toast dish is signature there.
Yeah, they all there. Most of their budget goes towards eggs, cheese, cinnamon, and powdered sugar with fucking heavy cream.
Yeah, you want... Okay.
No, you want to know something else that I actually found funny? That happened twice?
Huh.
So, remember, I think it was around episode 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Midi asked Kazuki to make hamburger steaky like her mom did.
Yep, hamburg steak.
And he makes it with like Wagyu beef that he got, ground Wagyu beef, and every other fucking high-end ingredient to make it for her. She doesn't like it. So, and then when he goes to meet Medi's mom, and she says, oh yeah, it's just something I bought for cheap at the supermarket.
Right.
Which, by the way, if she said that, that's not true. I kid you not. A hamburger steak, the little ones, to fucking cook, that shit's like 200 yen. That is a $2 fucking burger patty. And she says that's cheap. Hell no, it's delicious. I kid you not. I'd eat 2 of those with a thing of fries and then I'm good. I'm set for the rest of the day. But either way, she said that. And I want you to remember that. You go back to her when she's taking care of Midi. She makes it fresh. And then Midi's like, nah, Mom, I want the other fucking hamburger steaky. And she's like, why do you want cheap one? And it's like, it's not cheap, it's what you used to make. It's like, it's a fucking callback to this bitch. For the fact that she never made honest to God actual, like, homemade style. She had to buy it cheap, but that's what Midi's come to enjoy and love.
Also, when the mother comes to like hang out with them at their apartment and she actually makes the cheap hamburg steak, literally Rei and Miri are both like enjoying it, and I'm like, Kazuki still dies just a little bit every time they eat that cheapo steak. He's like, I can make you guys better steak and you won't let me. It's like, sometimes you just want the cheap stuff, my guy. Like, you can't explain it, just the cheap stuff.
You know what's even funnier?
Huh.
Remember when Rei confronted his dad and then he literally tells his dad, cheap hamburger steak. It's literally one of the fucking things he says to his father while he's talking about family.
Right? Sleeping 3 to a bed. I actually noticed this too, and my friend was like, no, I don't see it. When Miri sleeps in between them, she has a whole handful of Rei's fucking hair, and I'm like, as somebody who has young nieces and nephews, I'm gonna let you know right now, a whole handful of hair in a little kid grip, there is nothing more painful in the world. This man is sleeping like he's never slept before, and he's got a 4-year-old about to body slam him with that hair grip.
It's not only body slam, the man is literally in a fucking, like, think of that whole thing of a young, small child with all their muscles close together with that grip string. And now I want you to think of Darth Vader's chokehold. That's literally what you're in right now with that hair. You can't move and you're gonna die if you try.
But he's knocked out dead asleep. He's comfortable knocked out dead asleep.
He's comfortable because the man sleeps in one position in the tub. Hell, you even saw freaking episode 11. He had Midi's fucking duck and he coddled with it in the bathtub, which confused the ever-living fuck out of me. Why is this man sleeping in a tub? This man can sleep on the couch. This man can have his own fucking bed. No, he chooses the tub where everybody fucking bathes.
Yeah, actually, Miri asked him, why are you sleeping in the tub? And he goes, it's an easily defendable spot from bad guys. And she's like, yeah, okay.
It's true. Not gonna lie, because there's only 2 entry points, but where he lives, there's only 1, and he can do a lot of shit from that 1 entry point.
Do you know what I love the most though is when Miri finds the guns that they have laying around, and Ray literally nonchalantly goes, "None of them are loaded. The ammo is kept somewhere entirely different." And Kazuki's like, "That is not the point. That is not the point."
The fact that she found the gun means that she can find the ammo.
Two, I love it when they did Ray's surprise birthday party. It's like, why did Miri go along with it? Because Miri's whole goal was to make him smile, and she was knocked out, dead asleep, passed out on the couch when he came home, and he was so happy. He was smiling, and I was like, I think this is the most this man's ever smiled in his whole life. His face is gonna hurt in the morning.
What did you expect? He actually got to be with actual family instead of whatever the fuck his father was.
Dude, I love it too, is because, like, for those of you who don't know, the English voice actor for Ray is the same English voice actor for Todoroki in My Hero. And I was like,
wait, what? I didn't watch the anime in English dub. I was watching it in Jap.
I would go back and rewatch it in English just to see. I'm gonna let you know right now, English dub, yes, chef's kiss. It's a national treasure. Trademark.
So I'm actually gonna give you a really funny but fun fact. Quick question before I do. Have you watched the Campfire anime?
No. It's on my list.
So, it's on your list? Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a slight little spoiler. So I was watching that anime with Lily. Mm-hmm. And there was a certain little character that comes out of nowhere. They start speaking, and the minute I hear their voice, I'm like, oh my god. And Lily's asking me, why does she sound so familiar? I'm like, I look at her, I'm like, are you for real? The Japanese VA for Miri is the same one doing this one fucking other character. And she's like, no it isn't. I did the fastest fucking search. And I shit you not when I say this, I did the fastest fucking search on livechart.me. Looked up the voice actors for Miri, and saw that she was also credited for the character from the Campfire Isekai anime. And Lily was like, how the fuck did you know? I'm like, I'm just that fucking good!
Oh my god. Okay, on the subject of voice actors, deviation from our Buddy Daddy talk, but on the subject of voice actors, a lot of people, like all the kids on TikTok now, are suddenly finding the original, like OG before Brotherhood, Full Metal, and they were like, oh, this guy is a really good voice actor, where is he? And I was like, we have deprived these children.
Vic Mignon?
Yeah, and I was like,
Vic Mignon Nadonanon?
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, he's long gone. He's out of the business.
No, he's not long gone.
Really, he still does voice acting work.
He's trying to start up his own voice acting company.
Really? Well, now I've learned something new.
And it's not cool. I hate it. I hate it 100%.
You have a personal reason for why you don't like Vic Mignogna.
Oh, I have plenty of fucking reasons not to like Vic. Like, so many. Literally from my personal experiences being a volunteer at a convention twice where he's been in, and he's a complete and utter asshole. But now another reason to fucking hate his guts is the whole thing with him sexually harassing his female fans, and then also being a complete utter douchewagon. It's still on that fucking list of get him out the fucking industry and don't let him be near it ever the fuck again. I'll still watch Full Metal. I'll still watch Ghost Stories every fucking Halloween. I'm not gonna stop watching Ghost Stories on Halloween because that English dub is fucking phenomenally fucking funny. Yeah. Other than that, I don't want to hear any more of his voice.
Actually, they disproved that he was harassing his female fans.
Yeah, they must have not did a very good job on that because I've been there. I was literally on the line working the fucking... Like, you know the whole thing where... Have you ever been... You've been to a convention, right, Hello?
Couple, yeah.
Yeah, couple. You know how they have that line, that little area for, like, the voice actors or actors or actresses just, like, to be there to sign and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So, when it comes to voice actors, some of them give us the... I don't want to say excuse. But I want to say excuse because I don't know another word besides the reason. Is because like they some of the people that come there want to hear a specific phrase or word said in the voice of the character they like. Like, oh, I want you to say something at like Kazuki from Orange Host Club. And he will only do this for the female fans, never the male ones, which is kind of disheartening, but kind of fucked up at the same time. But he will come up, tell them to come closer, cover their ear, and just say whatever the fuck they want said. And it's just, like, sometimes it's like they pass some boundaries. Like, there are some things you're supposed to do with fans at a convention, there are some things you shouldn't be doing. But like the way that he like, pretty much when we were security for conventions, we're not allowed to let people just go behind the table and take a picture. They're supposed to take the picture right then and there from the table. Sometimes they can break that rule, but the fact again, only female fans were allowed to do this. But anytime a male fan ever asks for this, it's apparently not gonna fly. So, fuck Vic. Vic, if you ever fucking listen to this, go fuck yourself. Go to hell. You deserve it. And if I do meet you in hell when I die, I'm gonna have a front row seat of your fucking christening. Sorry, we diverged way off of Buddy Daddy. Now, about Buddy Daddies.
Right, I was like, back to Buddy Daddies.
Sorry, that triggered me hard. It
did,
but,
I'm sorry.
No worries, you didn't know. Well, you kind of did, but you didn't know how far it would have gone. Either way, what were we talking about? The other thing that I like the fact about how the fucking whole series went is that when you go from episode 1 to episode, I believe it was 10 or 11, you find out that it's Christmas again. It's close to being Christmas again. That tells you, excuse me, it's been a whole year since the whole event transpired. It happened on Christmas Day, it was close to Christmas Day, and then they had the whole little sing-along, the little singing thing. Which is funny, because when they got to the part where the kids were singing, and I remembered how fucking weird Holy Night is, I see the words, and how difficult, like, if you had a normal child sing this, it's like, you got some high-level difficult English words for these kids to sing. You know what Lily tells me as a teacher?
Huh.
They just put it in katakana, so the kids just read it off like katakana. So they're just singing it as if they sound like they're singing it in English, but they're really just going off of what the katakana is.
Yeah, no offense, but even Silent Night for, like, English-speaking little kids, it's a struggle for them to get through it.
Yeah, you hear them go, oh, heavenly peace. It's like, damn. And then you having these kids singing, it was like, it must be easier for them because, fuck, they're not learning hard words. They just have to follow what each character is.
Yeah.
Especially with any words with like an L in it, like Holy Night. Like that must be a fucking skill, because even for me, trying to learn my hiragana and katakana, there are no fucking words with L. With my fucking middle name and shit, it's like there are L's in there. And yet, when I look at my fucking last name and middle name written, the L isn't there. But it's funny. It's just funny to me. How they fucking work around trying to make the L work.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I had this discussion with somebody, and they're like, is that true? I was like, yeah, in some Asian, most Asian languages, American letters don't exist. Like, in Japan, L, the words obviously still have L in them, but it's not pronounced the same way. So if your name is, like, Lloyd, I hate that fucking TikTok. Lloyd, right? Lloyd?
Lloyd?
Right, double L-O-Y-E.
Wait, what kind of fucking TikTok, what?
You haven't seen that TikTok? Okay, that TikTok goes like this. Right? Evil bad guy. Lloyd, the good guy. Yeah, that's right. It's me, your son. And it's Lloyd, Dad, the bad guy who's his father. No, I named you. L-L-O-Y-D. You ruined my life.
I stammered a lot, so it's just a thing I put in there.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the funniest thing ever because I was like, this is literally a me and Celestial conversation. Lloyd? It's Lloyd, Dad. No, Lloyd. I know what I said.
Lloyd.
Yeah, but it was what was I talking about before I got sidetracked on Lloyd?
Oh, we were talking about the whole thing when they were singing the Christmas song.
Oh, right, the language thing, yeah. In Asian languages, like, L is still, obviously, it goes with words, right? Like, light, love, right? There's words that go with it, no duh. The language didn't revolve around, like, Arabic, like, pronunciation, so even though technically the letter exists, it doesn't sound the same. So, when you get names that have L's in them in foreign languages, especially Asian languages, sometimes it's the reason why a name like Alice can go from, oh, it's Alice to, oh, it's Arisu. Literally, they are substituting the best of their ability, and you have to let them take that.
Yeah, it's like when you try to buy a lemon, they say Remen. Like, they try their best to make that L sound, but it's still Remen. Like, literally, if I had to write out lemon, I have to put the character for R-E in there. Lemon. And when you try to write blueberry, brewberry.
Right. And before somebody watching this goes, that sounds racist, you ever met somebody fresh off the boat learning English? It's hard.
Bitch, I will slap someone if they say this is racist. I will guarantee if we ever did something where we met in person, I will guarantee a freshly fucking baby powdered hand going across your face. Because that is legit what they have me doing. Every time I go to the market, every fucking week, I look at the lemon and it says Remen. They don't sell blueberry, but whenever there's a product with acai berry or fucking blueberry, what does it say? Brewberry.
Well, also, it's one of those things, right, where it's like, well, what is cake in Japanese? Keiki. What is coffee?
Keiki,
Coffee.
yeah. Like,
okay, what is strawberry? Ichigo. Really? There's a whole fucking word for strawberry, but everything else is an E?
Because you have to think about it. Cake wasn't a thing back in Japan until it was introduced by the fucking foreigners that came into their land.
Oh,
if it wasn't for the Dutch, they would have never heard of it. Coffee? No such thing in Japan. It was just tea. Who fucking brought coffee? The fucking Dutch. I love the Dutch. I don't mean to sound like I'm hating the Dutch by saying the
actually,
fucking
can
Dutch.
we divulge really quick about why there are blonde characters in Japanese anime? Because somebody was like, they're all dark-haired, right? I was like, I'm gonna let you in on this fun little secret. When all the white people came over and they had very, very not dark hair, Japanese people, and I'm talking like old Japanese like people, like right when the colonizers showed up, air quotes that, because they kind of just came for trade, like legit trade. They were very confused because they assumed for the longest time something has to be wrong with their hair, right? Not that their hair was a different color, something was wrong with it. So when they found out, no, it just grows like that naturally, it was wild to them because in Japan, it's dark brown hair or black hair. There's not too much deviation. So blonde hair is one of those, how do you get it? Well, legitimately, you gotta spin the genetics wheel even if you two white people marry. It's a wildly hard hair color to get sometimes.
It's like fucking how my brother-in-law and my wife are, like, in their family, redhead is it's a very fucking dormant trait. But what happened? My brother-in-law, he has red hair and the motherfucker stands 6'3".
He's a Flemish giant.
He is a Flemish pale giant, and I love him. My wife, she has dirty blonde hair. Her mother has brown hair. Her father has dark hair. Another recessive trait was the blonde hair. Because she has dirty blonde, and yet her brother has strawberry red hair.
Right.
It is like, what the fuck?
Well, also,
like,
I brought this up and people didn't believe me. I was like, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. When the old Japanese myths were happening, anything that was supposed to be other in a story, its hair was usually the dead giveaway that it was not the same color. So with the fact that they found people from overseas that just had it growing naturally, for a long time they were convinced maybe they're not all the way human. Maybe they're messing with us. So it's the reason why in anime, when all of a sudden there's just a super blonde Japanese man, he probably dyed his hair, which is actually the funniest shit ever because they don't like dyed hair over there. I don't know why they don't like it, but colored hair is very much the anime aesthetic, not the norm.
God, yeah. No, it's like I don't know why people have like an issue or like they have their underwear in a knot. Or their pants in a knot. I'm not gonna fucking insult the people who go in. I'm gonna insult the people that go in commando by saying their pants in a knot or their kilt in a knot. Whatever the fuck you wear, whether you wear undergarments or not, don't have them in a knot. And if you have nothing underneath, don't have your genitals in a knot. And if it's already been knotted, unknot them and then re-knot them again. Either way, people just have a thing. I'm sorry, did you want to have an anime with 2 black hair protagonists with a little light brown hair girl? Yeah, no. You need to at least have slight excuse for why there's a light haired girl in the fucking anime. Which, by the way, Kazuki's fucking story about his wife is fucked.
It is, like, for the longest time I was like, when are we getting your tragic backstory, sir? When are we getting your tragic backstory? And then we got it, and I was like, oh no. And then, right, the fact that he straight up ditched Rei, and Rei was like, I am very underqualified to raise a child. I need an adult. Sir, you are an adult. I need an adultier adult for this task.
Like, the funny thing is, I actually asked that same question right when that episode came out. I was like, I was watching the opening because that, like, out of all the animes, there was only like 2 or 3 I never skipped the opening or the ending for. That was one of them. Like, I never skipped the opening or the ending because that fucking song is a bop. But I don't care, I digress. There was always the scene where you see Kazuki, the flowers, the rain, and his dead wife. Now, when I asked that question, I didn't think it was seriously going to answer it right after I asked it. So I was like, did I just jinx myself and I got what I wanted and I don't want it anymore? But I liked it because we got to know more about Kazuki and more about why he has the whole mindset of, okay, I can't just involve a civilian in this because the moment I do, it's not gonna end well. Because look what happened. I was just in the middle of a job. I fucked up that job pretty severely. And what happened? My wife was looking for me, and then she died because of a car accident because of a guy didn't stop in time.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you want to know what? Speaking of, like, Kazuki having his, like, tragic backstory, I love the fact that when he first meets Rei, Rei looks like straight up, my good sir, you look like the roughest version of a hipster in the world, and you live in literal trash. You are a raccoon he picked up and made look nice. That's it.
Yeah, no, just watching the fact that Rei was at fucking Q-chan's fucking bar, like, little restaurant, and it was just like, oh yeah, oh man, I'm gonna help you out. Goes to his place, slowly cleans it, starts feeding him, and I like the fact that he brings that up as well to his father during the confrontation. Goes like, a mother hen of a roommate. I never knew it was gonna have a mother hen of a roommate. It's like, can you blame the man? The man was gonna be ready for fatherhood, and then the blinking of an eye, it's gone.
Yeah? Actually, you know what my friend that I was watching this with, hi Jen, she goes, why is it an insult to call somebody a shut-in in Japan? I was like, because it has a lot of negative connotations in Japan, so literally hikikomori is more of an insult than you would believe, so that's why Rei gives him that dirty look when he calls him it, like, we have one job. When I'm not on the job, I'm here. I got 2 places. It's not like it's hard to find me.
It's not only that, like, I can't understand, like, hikikomori can fall under 2 different, like, depending on who they are, it does fall under both a negative and a weird normal connotation. Like, for example, there are some people who wear it as a badge of honor because they think, oh, because I'm here, I'm not causing problems. I'm not, making society worse than it already is. And I'm contributing to society by just having more job opportunities for others. It's like, no, bad. bad hikikomori, bad.
Yeah. Well, here, right?
But then again,
Uh-huh.
like the other problem with hikikomoris is that they have families that embrace it. Like they empower the whole fucking lifestyle. Like some Japanese parents around here, like they could just stop what they're doing, stop buying them stuff, stop paying their rent and stuff like that, or buying them food and have them actually try to scrounge up to try to actually survive. But the guilt of the fact that whatever happened in their life that brought them into this point, that was their responsibility, and they fucked up. So the only way they're trying to make up for it is by just taking care of all his needs and shit.
In America, it's called failure to launch, but...
Yeah, no, you know what's actually funny? And for white people, it's failure to launch. To Hispanic people, it's a whole different other story because of the fact that, I kid you not, my mothers keep asking me the same fucking question. When are you coming back to the States? And I'm like, I might never come back. And they're taking it pretty hard because it's like, I understand when it comes to like white people or any other fucking race that isn't Hispanic, that the connotation is the oldest or the youngest child will start taking care of the parents and their needs when they get older, like when they're in retirement age. But the fact that I live literally thousands of miles away and have a whole giant ocean and half the fucking continent apart from them to actually reach out to them or ever visit, it's like can't do shit.
Yeah, also, Mom and other Mom, I'm married and she has a job here. We're not leaving anytime soon.
They know that the job that we have here is like slightly temporary. Like we're about to approach our 5th year soon for being here, and then that's usually the limit. And then Lily will have to find a job at a different prefecture here in Japan if we want to stay. But if we don't, we'd have to find a way to get back. Especially for me, for her, she has a trip paid for her to go back. Me, I do not.
Mom, I need a plane ticket.
Yeah, trust me, they're willing to pay for the plane ticket for me to go there, because in that way...
Oh god, they're so expensive though.
They are, but fuck. It's like, I shit you not, there have been multiple times... Well, you know what, we'll talk about this between the two of us, not during this. Now, about fucking Buddy Daddy.
Right. Well, here, right, like... When the pandemic hit and a lot of people had to, like, start quarantining, I legitimately was like, everybody that's a social shut-in right now is about to be like, my way of life is about to be so validated with this bullshit. And it was.
Yeah, it's like they just became hipsters at that moment. It's like, ha, I've been a shut-in before it was pandemically cool.
Well, no, like, I remember me and you when we heard about the pandemic, I literally looked at you and I was like, people are about to try and be like, I've been doing this for 2 years, and it's like, I've been doing this for 12. We are not the same. This is the reason why I'm actually pale as a ghost, if you've seen my TikToks. It's because me and the sun have long since been divorced.
My dear, me and Lily all fall into that wheelhouse where the sun is not our friend. And if we ever do stay out of the sun long enough, we put enough sunscreen that we keep our nice paleness.
Yeah? Well, like, it's not that we don't... I should probably put this out there. It's not that we don't want to go outside. It's that I personally don't like going outside is because my eyes are very, very bad and very sensitive, that the sun legitimately hurts them to the point where once I go out into the, like, wide open world, like, in the middle of the day, I need about 10 minutes to regain my sight to move.
Yeah, there's also the fact that back when we used to work together, you and me decided to only work the night shift because we'd get away from the sun for a lot longer.
We got paid better.
Yeah, we got paid better because we were escaping the sun.
I know you guys keep weird hours. Yeah, we do that.
Yep, gotta do those weird hours. Hell, like, I don't know why I have a stupid thing in my brain where I need to like shutter off my fucking windows so my room is completely dark. Problem is, when it's summer, I get hot box and it's not good.
Japanese summers are a different breed of like, it's hot.
Yeah, I need to find a dehumidifier so that way I can just like not die a lot faster because it gets humid out here, and having a dehumidifier is so much more
Dude,
better
Japanese
than
people must be on
that.
like an entirely different level because I've seen guys in like 3-piece business suits with like jackets, and I'm like, my dude, how are you not on fire?
No, okay, so hold on. I'm gonna explain something to you now. So, when it comes to fucking the people of Japan in summer, it is a fucking ball game. Like, it's both a good and a bad ball game. Because I notice people not sweating their ass off because I'm like, okay, they must be islanders who lived here. And then you see people like me or others who do not live near coastal areas, who don't live near big bodies of water.
Mm-hmm.
Where the humidity hits a point that I might as well be drowning in fucking water air. And we sweat. Like, I shit you not, even during the winter, I was sweating. Because I'm like, this is hot air. Go into a convenience store. Burning up because it's like, oh, everyone's cold. Motherfucker, it's only 40 degrees. We don't need it to be this hot. Burning my ass off over here. And then people go like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Pull out my fucking rag to wipe my forehead from the sweat. It's a complete utter mess, but it's funny as fuck.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna deviate really hard. But did you?
We're already deviating.
Yeah, like at this point, we're. I promise we will go back to Buddy Daddies really fast. But I want to just. Did you hear about what Hirikoshi did?
What did he do this time?
Okay, so you know how he's been in a long-standing debate with his publishing house about how he wants to do the ending for his anime, and they are just, like, his manga, and they are just, like, not willing to bend the knee on this? He finally was like, fine, if you guys won't give me the ending I want, but you guys want your ending, that's fine. I will make sure to drag this ending out as long as humanly possible.
Oh, is he really?
He is! He literally said, I will One Piece this then. And I'm gonna apologize to my fans for it, because I had an ending in mind, and they deserved better than whatever you guys wanted.
God damn. Okay, here's the...
Which, the reason why I'm bringing this back to Buddy Daddies is, Buddy Daddies had a vision, a clear ending in mind, and they got it. They had everything they needed, and they were like, nope, we're gonna wrap this up in 12 episodes, and we're gonna move on with our day. Goodbye.
Well, technically 13 episodes, but we're both not counting that 8.5 episode that came out.
Yeah, I'm like, 8.5 doesn't count because that's like a recap episode. Sir, I done been here from the beginning. I don't need a recap.
Like, I don't know why they even put that recap there. Like, me and Lily were like, why? Why did you do this?
Maybe they needed to stall for time, and it's like, so to go over what we've been doing, we've been here with you.
Yeah, here you go. It's like they didn't add that much to the fucking story to actually make you go like, oh, let me see this.
Yeah, I think I got like 2 minutes in, then I was like, this is a recap episode, and I bounced.
You should have learned by now. Whenever you see a 0.5 episode, it's always a recap episode.
You wanna know what? If I actually was able to run an anime, I would make the 0.5 episodes, like, really lore heavy, and when people skip it, it's like, what the episode did this happen in? 2.5. What? Yeah, 2.5 goes into really deep, dark territory. Why would we... But I skipped it. No, the creator knew that. She's laughing at us about it.
Yeah, but then again, they're not gonna let you do that. You know full well they're not.
You can't tell me no. I'm an American. I don't follow the...
I'm an American. So am I, and Americans tell other Americans no.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
But yeah, so that's the only reason why I brought that up is because Buddy Daddies had a clear goal in mind and they got it done, and I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, an anime that actually had a coherently good ending. I'm so excited.
That is true. Like, again, it was a well done ending. They gave us what we wanted. Like, that's the one thing I actually do like in my anime. Like, that's the one thing that I want in more animes. Is if you're gonna end it where they're currently aged, at least give me like a slight future arc. or just a slight peek ending to their future. Like, just watching Mitty grow up and then watching the little photos at the end where they're just, like, panning around the cork board where they have their pictures with little things like Mitty's first day of elementary school, Mitty's first day of middle school, and all that. That made me appreciate it more, because it's like, how far are they going to go? How far are they going to show us in the window of their lives? Here you go, high school! It's like, okay, this is worth it. This is worth it.
Right, and it's not just, right, that corkboard showed you, like, all of the schools that she got to go to, but it also showed you a lot of other stuff. It showed you that her and Ray would just pass out on the floor in nap time, and it was fine. It showed that they went to the beach a lot, apparently, as a family, because they have a couple different versions of her at the beach in little different outfits.
It's not only that, it's also the fact that they literally live by a coast. They don't live in the same city they did before. They live somewhere completely different.
They do.
And just hearing the fact that Kazuki is still hitting on girls, like going to the clubs, like he did back in the first few episodes, and then when he had his depression, he went gambling as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that, just watching all that still being retained is fucking adorable. Like, a part of me is like, did Ray still play video games? Was he still doing that at the very least? Like, I kept having little wonders. Because they left some things in and some things they left out. The other thing I was wondering was, like, the whole thing with him getting shot in the arm. Like, did he actually, just by him saying I'm useless now, did he permanently damage his right arm?
Ooh, actually, you know what? I actually asked my sister that because of, like, her profession, and I told her about where, and she was like, I think I would need to see it, so I got her to watch Buddy Daddies with you. She goes, in theory, like, depending on what kind of gun it is, you would still retain use of the arm, but it would be very weak use. Like, it would be, you could still do stuff, but it wouldn't hold up to
the original strength they used to have.
Right. She's like, so basically he did, like, if he was a hitman his whole life, he basically crippled himself because you would need two hands to hold guns that big. So yes, effectively he crippled himself.
He did.
And I was like, wow. I was like, this man really took a bullet for his imaginary daughter and husband. 10 out of 10. Best character arc.
Okay, let's just... Not gonna lie, I wish it was like that, and I've seen, like... I'm gonna say this much, I'm never touching Tumblr for whenever I'm watching an anime. I'm like, never again.
Oh, I know, but also...
Because, like, fucking Buddy Daddy got ruined for me. Like, I was waiting, like... It was literally Sunday for me when I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna watch Buddy Daddy on Mondays with my wife like we normally do. And then I got spoiled by Tumblr because I was just going through that. I was like, mother...
You've been on Tumblr long enough, you should know better, like...
Here's the thing, I never looked up Buddy Daddy through Tumblr. So I should have been... nothing should have happened to me, but something happened.
Yeah?
Which pisses me off even more because I should not have been hit by a Buddy Daddy spoiler.
Dude, Tumblr loved Buddy Daddies. That, like, people are still talking about the ending, and people are still like, don't talk to me, I've got a lot of emotions. I'm like... It's a lot of emotions because it was such a well-done anime that actually gave you a for realsies ending.
It gave you characters you can actually fall in love with. It gave you people to, like, just cheer on the entire time and hope for good things to happen. It wasn't just a run and done, I'm gonna milk this shit for all it's got. No, it was a nice look into a piece of life that never gets represented well enough, or it goes to a dark side of kind of ending.
Yeah, and the reason why because obviously you've seen the video, when I said it's Spy Family 2.0 ? I didn't mean it as a negative, right? Spy Family has a very specific niche that it's going for, which is like the fake marriage angle and everything, raising an adopted kid. That's what it is, but Buddy Daddies doesn't fall... It falls into the same camp, but not specifically, like, in the camp. It falls on, like, the perimeter of it. It is them raising a daughter together that's not even theirs, but they are not fake anything other than roommates. And even then,
yep.
like, no.
But that's the thing. There's the difference between Buddy Daddy and Spy Family. Spy Family is trying to save a whole country / the whole world, while Buddy Daddy is just a family trying to keep itself together.
Oh no, oh, okay. I love the fact that when Kazuki is having his, like, really bad depressive episode, and Ray is trying his absolute best to, like, be a good dad, but he fucks up so bad is because you didn't tell her to make sure that her hair was dry before you sent her to bed. That's why she's sick. It's because she caught a little cold. And you knew it was your fault, but you didn't say anything about it. Like, I don't know what to do.
And he ran straight to Q-chan trying to get some answers on how to help her out. He tells him to go take her to a doctor, take her to the hospital. It's like, okay. It's like, the man didn't hesitate because it's like, he doesn't care the fact that he doesn't have papers for Mitty. He doesn't care that he might not actually have insurance for Mitty.
He literally was like, price means nothing. Sure. Price means nothing. Take care of my kid.
It's like, fuck, there's something that there's something that comes to mind when that whole action, when you said that. Okay, I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but it reminds me of that one episode of Family Guy, where somebody gave Peter tropical fish, and it was a last minute gift. There was only one fish store that sold the food for the tropical fish, and he went out of his way to get the fish food. And then he's like, one day the fish will do something for me, will do something just like this for me. And what happens? The fish have to take Peter to the hospital, and they're like, I don't care how much it costs, fix him! And it's like, thank you, fish.
You know, I actually really don't like Family Guy, but I know what you're talking about. But yeah, that's basically it. But also, they didn't do it because they were expecting anything back. They were like, this is ours, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said I hate the fact that this came to mind. I said, oh, I'm happy that this came to mind. No, I hate the fact that it came to mind. Was that this one episode of Family Guy that happened years ago came to mind about this one fucking moment.
Yeah, people like to say back when Family Guy was good, and all I can ever think of is Family Guy was never good.
I'm sorry, what was great about a sexual harassing pervert? Okay, you know what, I'm gonna stop pushing what the fuck I want to say, because again, we're gonna get sidetracked. We're all here for Buddy Daddy, we're not here for any other huge fucking rant.
Yeah, but I also like the fact that at the end of Buddy Daddy's, it is implied that Miri was made aware of what happened to her mother later on down the road, because she says, bye mom, I'll see you later. Knowing for a fact, it's like, that's something that a lot of children who have lost their parents say to the picture of them that's left, because they're gone. Like, this is all I've got left of them. So I'm like, I like the fact that it is implied that at some point they actually sat her down when she was just a little bit older and explained, your mom never went on a trip with Santa. She's gone.
She died. I don't think they told her the real truth of how she died.
They probably just lied and said maybe her cancer came back really bad and she's gone now.
But there's also the fact that, remember the line that was said near the end by, I believe it was Kazuki, to Ray, going like, who knew working a normal life for 10 years, and he said this in front of Mitty. The fact that he had to imply the word normal around Mitty means that either she knows what kind of work they did, like she must remember what, because like, again, all human beings, when they're a child, they become cognitive at the age of 4. So either she remembers what the fuck they did on Christmas Day when she was 4, or something, because whatever happened that day, she remembers it clearly. Because even when she was younger, she was told not to tell them what they actually do. So Mitty knows what they do. And I think they did tell her, okay, this hitman killed her, but we killed him back for you.
Or, right, maybe she saw them when she got older, all the scars from all their wounds and everything, right? Maybe she saw and she finally asked, how'd you get them? And they might have tried to be slick about it. She goes, I remember the fact that you guys used to have a lot of guns in the house, so...
I remember when you used to... Motherfucker, I bet you Ray still has like a few guns in the...
No, I bet he does too. Old habits die hard.
Yeah, it is. Though his new habit, fucking French toast.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he got the French toast.
Yeah, because holy shit, the amount of work he does with that shit. Like, just, again, I'm sorry, it's just watching that level of French toast making go there. It's like, fucking hell, that is beautifully done.
Yeah, I giggled really bad about it because I was like, you know what? I want to make French toast. And then I remembered something. I'm actually not a fan of French toast. Like, I know how to make it, but I am not really a fan of it. I know, I can feel your blasphemous stare. But it is, it's like, look, if it's on the menu and it's the only thing on there that I'll eat it. But like, if I had to pick pancakes, waffles, French toast, pancakes.
Here's the thing, I've made a new addition to breakfast items. Funnel cakes.
Oh, that's good too. Oh, English muffins.
Like,
bagels.
Here's the thing, it's because of the fact that Lily has been making me make funnel cakes every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And my number one ingredient, the fastest way I can make funnel cake batter is by using pancake mix and just fucking put it in the fucking cool pot of oil.
Yeah. It's called being
that's all it is.
That is all it is. It's like it's literally how you make funnel cake, my guys.
It's fucking weird ingenuity. Fuck off, I do it.
Yeah. Well, it's like another thing, right? Where it's like, look, Rei literally tells Kazuki at some point, it's like, well, I want to be more involved in all the stuff you do, right? For like how to do stuff. I want to learn how to cook. I want to learn how to do this parenting gig. And he tells him, okay, I guess so. And he does. He commits to the bit, and I'm so proud that Rei committed to the bit of being a dad. Stop smoking, check. Learned how to kind of cook, check. Cleans house, check. Takes care of kid, check.
Yeah, cleans house, kind of.
Well, realistically, when he went from living in legitimate squalor to he knows at the very least how to, like, do a load of laundry, we're gonna call that, he's grown in his cleaning habits.
We'll call it what Borat says, great success.
Yeah, but it is. It's one of those... That's another thing that when I tell people this, and they're like, is it a character growth? I was like, remember, you, the audience, are made omniscient of everything in a show. So even though you know everything's going on, the other players in the play you're watching don't. It's very much a secret. So Kazuki does not really know all of Rei's baggage. He only got there when it's like, damn bitch, you live like this?
That meme. Damn, bitch, you live like this?
It was. It's like, sir, he literally had to kill a cockroach in one scene. It's like, oh no, Japanese cockroaches are a whole different breed of cockroach.
Yo, I love the fact catching people who don't know about Japanese cockroaches being a field of their own is fucking hilarious because the moment they see them fly, it's like, wait, these fuckers can fly? It's like, yeah, why? It's like, oh right, I should have told them that they fly.
Well, no, okay. Japanese cockroaches literally have, like, zero fear of people. Like, they look at people like, what are you doing in my house? Not the other way around.
Oh, no. So, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. So, living here, I've seen a bunch of bugs coming in this house. I've seen mukades, which are like, centipedes. Kind of. I have to kill them every time. They have like these little red stingers that we have to be careful
about.
Oh,
earwigs.
No, not earwigs. Not worse.
Oh, okay.
The stinger will actually, if you get bit by enough of them, can literally paralyze you.
Welcome to Japanese bugs. They're like cousins of Australian bugs.
Then we have two types of spiders. We have jumping spiders, and we have the normal willow spider. And then there's the big fucking like black widow fucking spiders, the huntsman spiders that live outside, who make these big orbital webs. But fuck that, disregard that.
We don't talk about that. But I want to know. We don't talk about that.
They actually stay outside, so we don't have to talk about it.
We don't talk about Bruno. Is it because Bruno lives outside and doesn't want to talk to us? Yes.
Yeah, that's why we don't talk about Bruno. Then, what else? Then we have the fucking cockroaches. There are 2 colors and 2 different breeds of cockroaches that come in here. There are the red, and there are the brown. The red do not give a fuck. And they're slightly resilient. Like, you know how sometimes you just have to, like, if somebody just drops a shoe on a cockroach, it's practically dead?
What cockroaches have you been around? That's not how cockroaches work. Them fuckers are resilient.
I did it back in New York. But the cockroaches here, brown ones I have to yeet a fucking broom at and they're dead. The red ones I have to fucking have a sword battle with.
Literally, they look at you, Omaiwa Shinderu. No, it's my house. Omaiwa Shinderu to you.
No. There was a time I was close to just grabbing bug spray and a lighter and just torching the motherfuckers.
It's the bugs. It's the bugs' house now.
It was literally the first year we were living here. We thought the school board actually cleaned this whole place, or had a third party clean this whole place completely. No, we started finding bugs everywhere, and I started killing bitches like it was fucking hunting season.
What season is it? Cockroach season. Gross. Dude, I love though when you're in Japan and like you literally put out the bug zapper and like at first you're like, oh, it's just gonna be like bzz, bzz, like every couple hours, and it's like you actually hear it and it's like, damn dude, it sounds like popcorn. Why is there so many bugs out here?
Popcorn, it sounds like someone just fucking started doing construction.
Like,
especially with the fucking gnats. Yeah, fuck them.
I think it's the reason why when people are like, it's just bugs, you don't understand.
Like, the thing people don't understand as well is the fact that the closer you live to a mountain, the worse the bug situation is. I literally live next to a mountain. I have to climb steps to get to my home. It is a pain in the ass, and we get bugs. But you know what's the 2 solutions there is to fucking solve our bug problem?
Cats?
Bug repellent and cats, yes.
Yeah, well, somebody also asked me, it's like, why are cats such a big thing in Japan? I was like, cats are the only breed of animal that literally look at bugs and go, yeah, sure, it's toy-shaped, let's go.
It's not only that they look at it and go like, oh, it's toy-shaped. Nah, it's the fact that they go, splat, when they see these little fucks. They splat, eat, and then they just go on their day.
Mine doesn't. Mine likes to play with cockroaches. When I mean play, I mean legitimately like she jumps with them. So she doesn't know how to kill bugs, which is amazing is because I remember one time I saw her just bad at something and I was like, what you got, kitty? Assuming, right, she found something just like on the floor that somebody had dropped. No, she lifted her paw, biggest spider I'd ever seen, and I was like, why are you playing with it? Why?
Oh. Okay, then you don't have what fucking Philo and Rastalia have. Here's the thing with Philo. That bitch, if she finds a spider, she will torment it. She will rip its legs off one by one. And just toy with this fucking spider till it's dead, and then she eats it. Like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with your pussy-ass cats out there in the U.S., These Japanese cats are a different breed.
Don't make fun of my baby doll. She is doing her best. Pudding is doing her best.
Pudding is doing her best. She's best at climbing trees and eating food.
She doesn't even climb trees.
Not anymore? She stopped climbing trees?
Well, no, she still climbs a tree. And
a tree, there you go.
But also, I don't know how she keeps getting away with it. She keeps kidnapping baby owls out of this tree from its parents and bringing them into the room and looking at me like, look what I got. And all I can think of is, you fucking psychopath. I have to go return these. For the record, right? I'm not stupid. I actually go get the ladder and put it up against the tree and then I carry the birds and just throw them back into the hole that I know they came out of. And a couple times...
Throw the birds.
Right, I'm fucking playing like Angry Birds right now, except I'm not getting anything out of this other than fear.
like how we sidetracked away from Honey Daddy. So
Well, no, hold on, I'm gonna go back to it. The reason why is because I have never been so close to being, like, having a finger snapped off before I saw just an owl head come out and, like, screech at me, and I was like, oh boy. I should tell her to stop kidnapping these kids, because one of these days this owl's gonna have enough of me showing up at its front door in my pajamas. Now, why did I bring this up and how does this connect back to Buddy Daddies? Because legitimately, Ray decided we're just gonna, like, low-key kidnap a kid and we're just gonna raise it for the rest of our lives. And, no wait, Kazuki decided that, and then Ray literally looks at him and goes, let me understand this. I can't have a cat, but you can have a kid.
Oh yeah, no. Again, Lily said the same thing the first time everything happened. He's like, what the fuck? So they can have a kid, but they can't have a cat? What is this shit? What is this unfair injustice?
But Lily likes cats.
Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Lily likes cats, that's the reason why. It's the reason why.
It's the reason why these nutsacks hit your face, now you can't get out of place. What, no.
Yeah, actually, I think we covered everything we need to, because I'm getting a little tired.
No worries, I fully understand.
This is the downside of having such a big distance in between time zones. One of us is always about to fall asleep.
Yeah, I would have actually joined you, but I have to stay awake a bit longer so I can actually make tacos.
That's fair. Alright, this has been Tea Time with the editor, Celestial Nari. Thanks so much for showing up, guys. Bye!
Beep.